full chest and breast massage on a female client. There are many ways that a therapist can do this work. We can work over the clothing, we can work over the sheets, we can work under the sheet as I am here, we can work with no sheet and the client can wear a sports bra or nipple covers, or we can work directly on the breast with no covering. It's all based on what the client feels most comfortable with. Today, my client has indicated that they would like full chest and breast massage with no covering over their breasts. I have worked on this client many times. We both feel safe with the work and we're very comfortable with each other and with our bodies. So this is not typical of how I would work on a first-time client. It takes time for trust to build and to learn how clients' bodies and nervous systems respond to different types of massage and touch. The work I was just doing there is typical of how I might work on someone that wanted their full chest and breast worked on directly, but also wanted their breasts to be covered the whole time. So with this client today, she is lean and muscular. She has an impressive range of motion throughout her body, and because of her profession, she needs a lot of strength and stability in the end ranges of her motion. So the two things that I'm thinking about with this work is that a large percentage of her breast tissue gets easily involved with the surrounding muscular and connective tissues, and I want to help free up the glide between those tissues by stretching and manipulating the surface layers of tissue, as well as doing some deeper work on specific muscles and connective tissues that have more long-term stress and damage. So you'll see I use my forearms a lot in all of my massage. I think it helps me a lot here when I'm working on the chest. I don't want to use techniques that might feel uncomfortable or triggering. I avoid grabbing the breast with my entire hand, which could be interpreted consciously or unconsciously as a groping kind of action. If I'm working on the areola or the nipples, I try to avoid nerve strokes or light skimming kind of touches. I usually try to make sure that contact there feels very intentional and like it has a purpose. Here I'm just showing that I make the work part of my entire massage. I use a long body flow, so I'm constantly coming through and around the breasts and chest, sometimes working on them, sometimes going for the shoulder or neck. Here you can see that I'm going around the breast, I'm doing a lot of work on the entire breast, but I'm pretty much avoiding most of the nipple and areola. Even though it's within the scope and this client has said it's fine, it's not something that I want to do unless there's a specific reason for it. And at the same time, if it is included in the work, I don't want to avoid it so much and so often that it feels like I am purposely avoiding it or afraid to go there, because that's going to make my client kind of wonder about that as well. The bottom line is that my overall intention with full chest and breast massage is for it to feel as normal as working on my client's feet or neck. I use the same therapeutic judgment and look for the same therapeutic outcomes as I do with every other part of the body. I also exercise the same caution and sensitivity that I do with every other part of the body. It's important to understand, at least from my opinion, that yes, the chest, breast, the anterior neck, they can be the source of numerous traumatic triggers, emotional responses, but so can every other part of the body. Every human being that gets on our table is an utterly unique universe unto themselves. They all have different pasts, they live under different conditions, they have different narratives they are working with, a lot of which are the primary reasons they are on our table, even if they don't quite understand this. Okay, it looks like I am out of time again, but hopefully this helped you understand a little bit more about how at least I work on chest and breast.